The legendary Exodia finally has a top. We finally have a chance to deep dive into some more Gimmick puppets, and Madolche not far behind, along with much, much more. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more Oscar content. Wow, this is actually really cool to see. I've been wanting to see somebody actually step into the arena out here and try out Exodia. This is one of those decks that you kind of just look at and you're like, wow, you know, you're trying so much. Now before you're like, wait a minute, you're playing 60 cards. Like, doesn't that just bulk down and make things, you know, too troublesome? Well, you would think that actually, but there's a lot of moving pieces here. So first of all of your little free value that you can kind of re-engineer into the Fiend Smith combo off of this is, first of all, kind of nuts, actually. You gotta think about that. And you also have the illusion monster in here to actually pull out the Drron. Now, once per turn, when your opponent wants to summon a monsters, while this is in your monster zone, you send this, or yeah, you can send to the graveyard a continuous trap in your monster zone that was special summoned from the spell trap card zone. Negate that summon, and you destroy that monster. So, a continuous trap card in your spell and trap card zone. Well, as these are continuous spells, so if you're trying to get some little cheeky actions around here, it's not going to go the way you can. But this is a cute little interaction in here to be able to pull off of the little magician. And of course, we're trying out some of the Fiend Smith stuff to kind of toggle up the actions here. It's actually just kind of impressive, like how splashable the Exodia stuff is with the Fiend Smith stuff. If you looked at these cards a little bit ago, and you'd just be like, there's no way that they made these actually reverse interchangeable here. Well, yes, they did. Also, we're only playing one copy of the Exodo Flame, so you can just get it in phase to reset this. And then, of course, we are playing the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. Being able to Secret Village lock your opponent underneath Exodia is one of the dumbest things I think I've ever actually seen in the course of the game. And congratulations to Konami for actually allowing this to happen. Good times. All right, what else we got back here today? We have Gimmick puppets. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been wanting to see some pretty interesting things. Now, this is, each time a monster is normal, someone target that monster, banish it, and then during the next standby phase, the player, whoever control that monster, return it to the field. You're telling me here that we're future visions in our Gimmick puppet deck to technically force the opponent to lose their monsters. Yeah, this was their set rotation target, but also, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is kind of stupid, actually. Blinking out a monster and forcing your opponent into a really bad situation. I never thought I would see the day that we would be revisiting this card as a tech choice, but we've definitely made it here. So this is actually kind of scary. I do expect some sort of hype out of Future Visions just because of this list showcasing the idea of what you can do with this. Oh, and by the way, this is mandatory. All right, so don't forget about that. Oh, hey, we have some candy treats for you here. I've been seeing a lot of this punk package showing up in here, by the way. Reason for this is because the OCG still has Invoker. I'm really glad, OCG. I'm so happy that you guys get to play Invoker with us, because those of us here in the TCG, for whatever reason, we just don't get to enjoy Invoker at all, which is a really big shame. And also, another one of these builds out here playing Dominus Purge. I know a lot of people are like, why would I ever want to play this? It shuts off, you know, Dark Water and Fire monsters. Well, good thing that my entire deck, minus Foxy Tune and some of this other, you know, very niche things, lucky for me, they're all they're all Earth monsters. So, slight confliction here, a little bit, but just, you have other ways to go down this. I mean, you just want to focus on making sure you can actually have this card in case you actually need to see it. Like, that's the biggest thing you need to understand, is you're playing the card on the off chance you need it. Standard old boring AF Fire King. You know, yeah, with the Snake Eye stuff. So what do you want me to tell you? Still playing the one old cross-out designator. Yes, we are. Still doing the little Snake Eyes Ash plays. Oh, yes, we are. Still got that one there, Skill Drain. Yeah, nothing really too exciting comes around these parts anymore with these Snake Eyes decks. Japan has figured this out. Now, if this was like a Pure Fire King out here, you know, where you're playing the Garunic stuff and you're really trying to get into the innovations out here, then sure. There's a lot of cool things that I personally think that you can do with this deck. But for what you're seeing here, this is the more basic side of the equation. Nothing wrong with that, though. Consistency does tend to prevail. The double change of heart, to me, is still one of the freaking funniest things that you can do with this deck. But once again, do not underestimate Old Reliable. It must be nice, OCG, that you still get to play this extremely good card. Extremely good card. Yes, yes, indeed. We have Fiend Smith Ubel for you here. Now, this is pretty standard stuff. I mean, you're still doing the standard 1-1 package here with the Samsara Lotuses and this, with the 2 Squirmers, and then you build in the Lori package off of this, because, you know, you can toggle for the Lori off of the Fiend Smith Tactus here. You can get through the basic stuff. And then from there, it's just, you can make the Lacrimosa, and then, of course, we have the Phantom of Ubels to kind of assist you. Phantom of Ubel is such a stupid card, honestly. And then to top things off, you know, you're basically Link wanting into full Fiend Smith combo off of Requiem here. Mission accomplished. Like, once again, you've made a good, consistent package, Konami. I'm glad to see that, you know, we kind of shifted from Fire on into Fiends, getting the good toolbox stuff. I don't think anybody's really too upset about Ubel being, you know, that consistent, but I'm glad to also see, you know, how splashable the Unchained package has actually got the chance to remain. So good stuff here. We have Ritual Beast. Oh, look, Dominus Purge is back. But this light monster is conflicts. And once again, nobody cares. All right, you're still going to play the Purge. Like, if you have the slight confliction with the Lara, oh no. Anyway, I'd be slamming down Shifters and I'd be slamming down Purges and not really caring. You also have another deck back here. This is the best part of Yu-Gi-Oh, man. I'm telling you, the OCG being able to set up, what is it? You can Mr. Link 4 here. You just literally roll this thing on up with Kaiser Coliseum. Your opponent stares at it and goes, well, you know, I lose now. That's the Kaiser Coliseum feel of this meta. And once again, I mean, it's not in the main decks. It's mainly pushed to the sides. But once again, you know, if you're able to steal a game with this, you have absolutely no reason not to want to play this. You know what I mean? It's all about how much advantage can you actually take advantage of the situation and go, all right, oh boy, this is actually, we're actually playing the Snake Eyes package in our Centurion deck. This is interesting. I mean, obviously the OCG doesn't have access to Calamity, but you also do have access to Autry here, which is actually pretty good. Also, oh, never mind. Dumb me. This is a level 8. So you're telling me a level 4 tuner monster plus my level 8 dragon toggles back 2 more friends after we make our Synchro into Oxwilla, and then we just kind of are able to do the thing. And then, of course, hey, look, it's a Zarune once again. I can definitely see the value on this card. Once again, especially that the top hair hat out here has the ability to pull this stupid thing on out. Suddenly looking a lot more interesting out here. Well, you know, the more you know, right? I'm kind of thinking that this might actually be a really cool card to actually have. Oh, and of course, Drytron. Now, I will say this. I did not expect to see Drytron kind of have any sort of success out here. We've been so set in our ways out here. When you were looking at the new Drytron stuff, you're like, oh, you know, you have to play Drytron a certain way. Most of TCG, I don't know, really kind of felt that, but you cannot Ritual Summon Turn activate this except for machine monsters. Well, you know, that's fine. We're still gonna use the Ben 10s as stepping stones, and then we're gonna drop down the big guy here. Alpha Draconis being able to have essentially the double negate is worth it while you kind of set up what's your end board now? It's what, Vanity's Ruler plus, you know, Draconis next to it. That can be pretty scary. Don't underestimate the little stupid things that you can kind of do out here with these little lines. Or, you know, this deck just auto-loses to Shifter. Either way, it be happening like that. Also, hey, look, it's Triple Mulch Mummy. Yes. The absolute new favorite card in Yu-Gi-Oh! You'll love to see it. And, of course, we have some Pendulum stuff with the Osteonatos. I will tell you, it's been pretty nice to see the Osteonatos out here, actually getting the chance to see a little bit of play. Once again, we got Mulchy Mommy down here. The entire purpose of this deck is you just basically turbo up through things. You hit the Electromite, the Exceed, the Beyond, and you just kind of set up your basic board out here. This toggles on into the Vortex Dragon, you end on the Apollo, so with a pretty decent sized board, and your opponent just kind of looks at you and goes, okay. Yeah, that's all I got, Duelist. So that's all we have for OCG Thursday today. Not a lot of excitement out here, but enough interesting things are happening. So please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. See your beautiful faces back. You'll learn day, guys. Peace out.
patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.